Hey, good morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you happen to be listening to this. Obviously, it's morning where I am as I'm making this video today for you. And I want to talk to you today. My name is Horne-Ellstrom, by the way, Pajama Grandma, in my pajamas, in my robe, always, because that's where and how I'm the most comfortable. I want to talk to you today about doing what you can with what you've got right now. This video is a perfect example of that. Sitting in my living room with my video propped up on a little bit of a ghetto setup to hold my phone so I can move my hands around. But I'm doing what I can to make a Facebook Live video. I'm not waiting till I get a fancy production crew, which would be awesome, by the way, or a beautiful location. I'm just doing it because it's more important for me to get my message out and share with you how I'm killing my chronic pain day in and day out and living the life I deserve, because that's what I want for you, than it is that I have this fabulous production and green screen and beautiful scenes behind me. I mean, you can see my empty light switch and or my missing light plate and things. Whatever, it doesn't matter. What matters is me talking to you about what's really important, and that's killing your chronic pain so you can have a fantastic life and, not maybe continue to miss out on things, not be constantly in fear and worry and doubt because you hurt so much. So what does do what you can mean? What does it mean to me? Well, obviously it means to me just taking action and doing what I can do. I have limitations just like you do. There's things that I hate the word can't. I believe that there's no such thing as can't, so I don't want to say that. But there's things that I no longer choose to do because it's so frustrating if I do them that increases and causes me more pain. For example, I used to be a tennis player, but I lost the vision in my left eye. Well, I don't know if you've ever tried to do something with one eye closed, but if you want to join me, just close one of your eyes and go about your day and see what kind of impact that has on your life. Put a little patch over it or tape a little sock over it or something and see how many walls you bump into, how many things you trip over because you don't have any depth perception. Well, needless to say, that pretty much ended my career as a tennis player, and even as a hobby tennis player, if you don't have any depth perception. And don't get me wrong, I tried for several years, actually for a decade or more, to continue to play tennis, but it was never important enough to me to figure out how to do it without depth perception. So there's things I choose not to do anymore. Tennis is one of them. And we learn, we have to change and learn to love different things than the things that we used to love when they're too big a challenge for us. And the frustration of trying to do them and learn them again in a way that meets our new limitations isn't worth the doing it. It's just easier and more fun to find other things to do that we're curious about or that pique our interest or that are fun and exciting for us. And the trick is, if you're focusing on what you can't do anymore, your life is going to stink. You're going to be sad and angry and frustrated all the time. But if you're curious and open about, well, what can I do now? What else am I interested in? Because the world is full of infinite possibilities. There's always things we can be interested in and explore and be curious about. But we have to be open to being curious about them. So do what you can with what you've got right now. Do it. Do what you can. Don't do what you can't. Focus on what you can do. Don't focus on what you can no longer do. Look for opportunities to be curious and learn and explore and grow based on who you are right now. Because our life is all about being the best person that we can possibly be. And if we've got chronic pain in our life, if we're experiencing chronic pain, that's part of our journey, and it's part of our journey for a reason. And we don't always understand the reason at the time. Actually, we pretty much never understand the reason at the time things are happening to us. It's only when we look back on those events with our older, wiser selves that we're like, oh my gosh, why didn't I see that when it was happening? It's so clear to me now. But when we're experiencing chronic pain, we're right in the midst of it. So we don't have the vision and the wisdom to look back and say, this is why that's happening. So look forward, do what you can now, and look forward to being able to find and explore and do more and more new and interesting and fascinating things. Because we can all do something. Even if it's just breathing, that's something. Find the beauty in breathing. Find the beauty in anything around you. Find the beauty in a blank note card. There's beauty in everything. Think about all the things that had to happen for that note card to exist. A lot. That in and of itself is fascinating. Find things to be fascinated and curious about and focus on those things, not on what hurts or what isn't working in your life. So that's my message for today. Do what you can with what you've got right now. Don't make excuses. Don't let pain stop you from living your life. Go out, make it an awesome day, and I will see you tomorrow.